Well, hello everybody, and welcome again to Universal Magic with Janie. I'm really excited tonight because tonight we're going to be talking about the chakra system. And the chakra system is something that is very dear to my heart. This may sound silly, but I'm going to be very honest with you. I feel like I was born knowing about the chakra system. For some reason, I just always felt very connected to this idea of energy centers that's processing our energy. It's really interesting because when I was a child, I very much could feel energy, sense energy. I could see spirits and angels. And then when I learned about the chakra system, it was really a sense of, oh yeah, of course. I felt like I already knew it. Now, I don't know if that's a past life thing, or I don't know if it's just because I just felt very connected to the information, but there was just a sense of knowingness whenever I thought about or felt the energy. And the chakra system just made perfect sense. So we're going to actually talk about what the chakra system is, what it does, and then next week we'll talk about we'll talk about the seven major chakras and what they do. And then the week after that, we can talk about how to balance your energy. We'll also be talking about real soon about how you can be grounded and especially how you can protect your own energy, which I think is really important. Especially people find sometimes that as they get more involved with energy work, they get a little bit concerned about what they may be opening themselves up to, what spirits may be out there. And so we can certainly talk about that and how you can protect yourself. All right? Now, the seven major chakras are really important because the seven major chakras are what basically guides our life and helps us know ourselves. Most people are familiar with the seven major chakras. Now, what I think is so interesting, it's about 25 years ago, I started teaching classes on the chakra system. I started teaching in massage schools. And about 25 years ago, when I started talking about energy and the chakra system, I had several students getting very upset, claiming that I was teaching witchcraft. It's not witchcraft at all. In fact, the chakra system and working with energy is a very ancient Asian tradition. And so we'll be talking a lot about what energy is again, the chakra system, all of those different things, to take any concern that you may have out of working with energy. Because I know sometimes people get a little bit nervous about this idea of, well, is that witchcraft, or am I going to be summoning spirits, or am I... No, you don't have to worry. The chakra system is just a very normal, natural part of our bodies, of ourselves, and of our energy fields. No cause for concern. Now, what can be a cause for concern is if your chakras get blocked. Because if your chakras get blocked, then you can be experiencing some form of illness, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. So let's talk first about what chakra actually means. The word chakra comes from an ancient Sanskrit word that means will, like will, tire, or will of light, will of energy. The reason it's called that is because your chakras are constantly spinning. And they're spinning to process this energy and to keep the energy flowing. So when we think of chakras, what we can consider our chakras to be are basically energy centers in the body that spin like wheels in order to keep energy and light processed and moving through our system. And as long as this energy is being processed, and of course is universal energy, as long as we are processing this energy and we keep it moving through our systems, we're in good health. We only experience, again, bad health when our chakras become blocked. Now, a lot of people, like I said, are very familiar now with the seven major chakras, and we'll be defining those next week. But we also have chakras in every area of our bodies. There are chakras in every joint. There are chakras in every organ. There is chakras in all of our tissues. There's chakras on our skin. There's chakras on the palms of our hands and the soles of our feet. There's chakras everywhere. We even have chakras throughout our whole energy field, our whole aura. In fact, it's actually been said that we don't have just seven major chakras. We have over 1 billion chakras throughout our bodies, throughout our whole energy fields. And again, all of these chakras are just keeping energy processed. Now, the 7 major chakras are actually because of the fact that the 7 major ones directly influence our health and our lives. Now, a lot of people, as I said, are familiar with those, but they see pictures like this. They see diagrams like this where the chakras are perfectly aligned. Do you think that's how our chakra system really works? Do you think that our chakras are incredibly aligned in this manner? Well, I can tell you definitely they're not. Since I have been working with chakras for a very long time and assisting people with chakra healing and chakra energy, it's really interesting to me because for a lot of people, I don't find their heart chakra right in the center of their chest. Instead, I actually find their heart chakra a little bit more over to the left. And of course, that does make sense because our heart actually is lying to the left side of our bodies. So the heart chakra is normally right here. For a lot of people, the solar plexus, of course, we think of our solar plexus chakra as being right here in the center of our abdomen. But for a lot of people, I usually find it more to the left side or more to the right side. Now, when I've mentioned this in several classes that I've taught about the chakra system, people get very concerned about, oh my gosh, does my chakra system need to be back in alignment? Does it need to look like this, perfectly aligned? Don't worry. It's perfectly fine. What you really need is just to make sure that the chakras are just functioning properly. They don't need to be perfect, all right? Because one of the things I think about our chakra system and our whole energy fields is that if our bodies can be so perfectly and beautifully flawed, that's the same with our chakra system. Nobody is perfect. We all have these flaws. So what if your solar plexus is a little bit more over this way? What difference does it make? As long as it's producing energy, processing energy, keeping you vital and keeping you healthy, I wouldn't worry about having everything so perfectly aligned. All right? It's all about these chakras being open and being responsive to energy. Doesn't really matter what side of the body they're lying on. That's one of the things I always want to mention to people because they get very concerned that there's something wrong with them energetically. But like I said, our bodies are not meant to be symmetrical, and I don't think our energy fields are either. Just all in how it works. My nose may be crooked, but I can still breathe through it. Your chakra system may not be in alignment, but it's still processing energy. It's okay. Now, something else too that I think is very important to mention is the fact that our chakra system, a lot of diagrams that we actually see, our chakra system always looks like it's coming out from the front of our bodies. But that's not true either. Our chakra system is actually coming out from both the front and the back of our bodies. Here's a little picture that you can see of it right here. Bring that a little closer, make sure you see it. Of this woman lying on the table, and even this woman as the therapist who's helping in the process of healing. If you notice, their energy is coming front and back, front and back. So a lot of times people have real concerns that their energy is just coming from the front of their body. So any healing that needs to be done, they need to do the healing face up. That's not true, okay? Because you can also affect the chakra system from the back of the body as well too. Now our chakras actually look like cones when they're coming out of our bodies. They're smaller at the base, and then they get wider as they move away from our bodies. Now, one of the things I love to do, that I can't wait to show you this, it's very simple to find the chakras in somebody, all right? And there's different ways that you can do that. Some people are very sensitive to energy through touch. So they can just hold their hand up above the body and they can feel these points of energy. Now, what they normally feel like, and remember it's different for everybody, so you may be experiencing it in a very different way than other people do. But for me, I always feel like this kind of swirling energy just moving around. Some of the chakras are moving very quickly. Some of the other chakras are moving very slowly. But one of the best ways to start feeling the chakras is just keep your hand very relaxed. Just keep your hand feeling almost kind of limp a little bit, because you want the energy of the chakras to actually move your hand, not you going in there trying to move the energy just yet. You can do that when you're doing a healing, but when you're trying to diagnose the chakras, you just want your hand to float in the chakra. And so just keep your hand very loose. Just know about the chakra system and know that this is energy processing, and just relax your hand and just feel whichever way the energy is moving you. But another really wonderful thing that you can do to find the chakras and to see how they're moving is by using a pendulum. Now I have a couple of pendulums right here. I have this pendulum, which is amethyst, and this pendulum, which is actually an obsidian. And now these work very, very well in finding energy. But you don't need to go out and buy a pendulum, because pendulums usually sell anywhere from $12 up to $30, just depending on what you are interested in and what you are attracted to. But there's a very simple thing that you can also do as well too. Just get a piece of yarn and a washer. Now, it doesn't matter the size of the washer. I have a smaller one right here, but a metal washer on a piece of yarn works just as well as a pendulum. And we'll have a class real soon about pendulums and how they work. But your pendulum is very, very good at finding energy. The metal and pendulum gets very attracted to your energy, and it can get stuck in your energy as well too. This is why I tell a lot of people, if you're feeling a little bit sluggish for the day, one of the best things to do is try to get as much metal off your body as possible, because the energy gets attracted to the metal and it can kind of get stuck in those areas where you have a lot of metal on. Remove the metal from your body and your energy will flow much easier. So our metal washer is going to get very attracted to the energy in our chakra system. So I'm going to find the chakra in my palms. So I'm going to rub my hands together very, very quickly. Relax. I'm going to pick up my pendulum. I'm just going to use my homemade one this time. I'm going to take a nice long deep breath, and the pendulum is still. The pendulum is still right now. I'm going to slowly bring it over my palm. I can already feel the yarn tugging. I can already feel it pulling me over, because the metal up, and there it is. There's my chakra right there. And so the pendulum starts to spin. Now again, nobody's perfect. So some people, it looks like my chakra right now is a little bit off to one side of my hand right now. So you may find that your chakra in your palm is a little bit closer to your fingertips or a little bit closer to your wrist. It's different for everybody. But now the metal washer is spinning in my chakra. Now this is what I love. I'm going to move my hand away. Pendulum slows down and it stops. It's no longer in the energy. All right. So I'm going to bring my hand back up. Now, because the washer has already gotten magnetized to the energy in my palm, once again, it's going to tug me back over. So up, there it is again right there. And it starts spinning again. And if you notice, it's in the very same place. I'm going to take a nice long deep breath, relax, move my hand away, pendulum slows down, and it stops. All right. Now, this is a lot of fun, and I've done this with a lot of classes before. And what I find is so amazing. Well, first of all, people love doing this because they can find their chakras throughout their entire body. We've been doing it here on our palm, but we can also do it up in our elbow. We can do it over our wrist. There's my chakra in my elbow right there. You can do it over your knees. Now, this is really spinning. Now, this is a great way to find the chakras and identify where your chakras are in your body. Now, one of the things to think about too is that a healthy chakra is usually a clockwise spin of about a 6-inch about a 6-inch radius. Now, a lot of times I have people get very concerned because the pendulum may spin in a counterclockwise direction, or it may just go back and forth. Don't let that worry you. Remember, there are some days where we're very high energy. There are other days when we're very low energy. Your chakras are going to change with your energy level. The pendulum is going to change. So if you have one day where you're not getting that full 6-inch spin, don't worry about it. Just breathe, relax, get out in nature, let yourself laugh, let yourself enjoy, let yourself sing, and then try it again in a couple of hours in the next day, and you'll find that your chakras will very much come back into balance. All right, so there's no worries, no problems. As we said, you can use these to find all of the chakras throughout your body. It's a beautiful tool to use, and it's a lot of fun to watch. When I've been teaching classes, as I said, it's really interesting because I'll have my students do this for quite a while and work on different people, and to really get a sense of how everyone's chakras are a little bit different and where they're located in everyone's different bodies and different energy fields. And what we find happens is that over time, the washer can get so magnetized in the energy field. I've seen on several occasions where we brought the pendulum up over the chakra and actually have been able to let go of the string. And the washer will actually float in the chakra for a little while before it will finally fall. It's that magnetic into your energy. So try it at home, have some fun with it. And you don't always have to do it just on people and experiment on people. You can try it on plants, you can try it on animals, everything. All living things have a chakra system. So even your pets all have chakra systems. So this isn't just unique to human beings. Everybody has chakra systems. Every living thing has chakra systems because we all need to process this universal energy. All right, so if you do have any questions about what we're talking about tonight, please make sure that you are leaving those questions in the comments or email me at jamiezunick@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. I do have handouts for everyone as well too, so if you're interested in the handouts, again, please let me know. I'm more than happy to send those out to you. The handouts that I'm handing out with this particular class, they're really interesting because they really go into the different aspects of each of the major chakras, which we, like I said, we'll get into next week. All right. Now, just a couple more things, everybody, before we wrap this up for tonight. Just a quick recap. Our chakras are actually energy centers. There are energy centers throughout our entire body and throughout our entire energy field. These energy centers are really important because what they are doing is pulling in universal energy. They're processing that energy in a way that we can really use it to manifest our bodies and manifest our lives, and then we put that energy back out into the universe. You can actually think about the chakra system as being your energy systems, almost like digestive system, pulling in that energy, processing it so that the energy is very beneficial for your body and for your spirit, and then putting that energy back out again. So it's a very unique system for all of us. You have over 1 billion chakras that are helping to keep this energy flow going and helping for you to stay very healthy. All right. The other thing is what we just talked about is chakra is a Sanskrit word for will. It means wills of light, wills of energy. All right. No, it is not witchcraft. It is an ancient Asian tradition. It is not witchcraft at all. You don't have to worry that you are doing something that is going to cause you harm or anyone else harm. It will not. All right. You're just finding ways of using this energy to be more beneficial for yourself and for other people. All right. Because remember, you are sending this energy back out, and we are all connected by this universal energy. So it is your responsibility and your purpose to keep this energy moving, to keep this energy alive, to keep this energy healthy, because it's benefiting all of us. Okay? Try using the pendulums to find the energy centers in your body. Remember what we said? They're in every joint, every tissue, every organ, palms of your hands, soles of your feet. They're all throughout your skin, all throughout your energy field. Try practicing with the pendulum. All right, everybody, it's just a lot of fun. Now, as far as books go for the chakra system, again, a lot of energy books that you read will mention the chakra system. So a lot of the energy books I mentioned last time, I would encourage you to take another look at those. Again, like Hands of Light. Again, not only does it talk about our energy, but it also talks about the chakra system and how we process the energy. I also have this book right here, The Chakra Experience. Ooh, that one, there you go. The Chakra Experience. What I love about this book is that it not only explains the different chakras to you, but it also has journal pages in the book so that you can actually do the experiments that they mention here in the book and then write about what happened and journal your progress through the chakra system. Something else I would mention to you right now is Kundalini awareness. Now, when we talk about the 7 major chakras next week, we'll also talk about how the energy flows through those chakras to actually activate and to help these chakras just really keep you healthy. So we'll be talking about how the energy moves through the chakras next week. It's all through Kundalini energy. And so we'll be discussing that and defining what that actually is. But I would recommend the book to you right now. I also have The Power of Chakras, which is a great book that I really like a lot. And the reason I like it is because look at the pictures. I have to admit to you, you all know this about me already, I'm a very visual person. I've always been very visual, and artwork is just truly inspiring to me. So anything with a lot of beautiful artwork, I highly recommend. And of course, the reason for that is that if you really want to get to the point where you're seeing auras and you're seeing chakras, get in an art book where you can actually really study the design and the color will really help you develop your visualization, if I can say it. It will really help you develop your visualization. So I would really encourage you to do that. So that's The Power of Chakras. And for those of you who are just starting to learn about the chakra system, and this is all new to you, you may want to check out Complete Idiot's Guide to the There we go. Complete Idiot Guides to the Chakra System. Not that you're an idiot. Far from it. But this actually is a book that really breaks down everything for you in just very easy to understand terms. So if you are just starting out in learning about energy and the chakras, this may be a book you want to check out. I was really surprised when I picked up this book and I read through it because it does have a lot of very meaningful very meaningful information on energy that's explained in a way that if this is something new to you, it can really help you understand. All right. Now, something else I want to show you too. I absolutely love tarot cards. And so I have this deck right here. And everybody laughs at me because I have a whole collection of tarot cards because I love, again, the artwork. All right. I had someone say to me one time, you don't read tarot, you interpret art. And I think that's very true because I get so caught up in the artwork. But I want to show this deck to you. This is the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. And the cards are absolutely beautiful. If you take a look at the cards here, not only are they so pretty on the back side of the cards, but look at these cards. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't the pictures absolutely amazing? You can see that. Let me see if you can see that a little bit better. But the pictures are absolutely amazing. And what I love about this deck is that if you notice, they're all different colors. There's 7 different colors. Well, that's because each series of cards actually match up to our chakra system, to our 7 major chakras. And so this is just a beautiful deck to take a look at if you are interested in learning more about the chakra system. It does come with a book that takes you through not only what does each card mean, but about the chakra system itself. So this is a way that if you are just learning about the chakra system and you just want to have some fun with it as you learn, because that's a really important point, okay? It's really important to have fun with energy and fun with the chakra system, because the way you really develop learning about the chakra system and being able to see it and feel it is you got to take yourself back to that time when you were a child and you believe that miracles happened and the universe was wondrous and there were miracles everywhere. This book, I think, will help you do it. This card deck will help you do that. To go back to a time and just have fun with the energy and have fun with learning and have fun with the chakra system. So I really encourage that. So I'm going to end this session. I always love ending every session with a story because I I love to hear about people's experiences. And I am the type of person that I could sit up all night with people just talking ghost stories, just talking about unusual occurrences. So I'm going to tell you about a little thing with the chakra system that I experienced. It's not a big mystery story or ghost story, but it was something that was very meaningful to me. Every year, I love to take a big trip. I absolutely love to travel. So every year I plan some big trip somewhere. I was a little bit grounded the last 2 years because of COVID. So in 2019, the last big trip I took, I went to Iceland. And I don't know why I decided on Iceland. I just felt this pull there. Somebody had mentioned Iceland to me just in passing, and suddenly it was in my head that something clicked, and I was like, I gotta go there. So in 2019, I went to Iceland. That was the most amazing experience of my life. Of all the places I've been, and I've been to Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, I've traveled all through Europe. I used to live in England. I lived in England for quite a while. There was something about Iceland that absolutely took my heart. I will go back to Iceland in a heartbeat. In fact, if I could find a way to live there, I absolutely would. It is just so amazing. And what's really funny is that while I was there, everybody was talking about, all the locals and so on, they were talking about the fact that Iceland is considered the most magical place on earth. And the reason it's considered the most magical country, the magical place on earth, is because of the fact that on Iceland is where they have the biggest congregation of witches and warlocks throughout the entire world. Okay, so everybody was there doing all kinds of magic. But what I love about Iceland is the fact that it's actually been said that a real high percentage of the population, I think they were telling us about 87, 89% of the population of Iceland still believe that there are elves and fairies living on Iceland. All right, and it was so great because whenever we would go on these expeditions, our guides would actually point out like little hills and little areas where they would tell us that's an elf village. And oh, look over there, you can see the elf church, and you'd see this like just this bump in the ground as the elf church. And they were telling us stories about how this one company wanted to excavate the land in order to build some type of like shopping complex or something like that. But every time they went into this one area of the land to try and excavate it, their machinery would break down or somebody would get sick. And they finally realized that it was the elves telling them that they can't build there. And so the contractors actually put out all this money to change the plans so they could move away from the elf location so that the elves could keep their village and be safe. I just love that story. But what I'm getting to, I am so sorry I went off on this tangent about Iceland. You have got to go. But the thing that I'm getting to is that one of the things I got really excited about is that one of the guides that I was with, he started all of a sudden talking about the chakra system. And I got really excited because, like I said, I just love it. It's very familiar to me. And he was talking about the fact that every living thing has a chakra system. And because of that, he mentioned that even the earth has a chakra system. And I love that thought. I absolutely love that thought that every living thing has a chakra system. So, of course, the earth would also have a chakra system. It's a living thing, right? But then he told me that Iceland is considered the area where you have the heart chakra of the earth. And I was just fascinated by that. Iceland being the heart chakra of the earth. I thought that was so amazing. And I remember thinking, was that why I felt drawn to Iceland? Is that why I feel connected here? Is that why I love this place? Because I just felt a vibration there that I haven't felt anywhere else. And what's so interesting is that I keep thinking about Iceland. I keep thinking, well, was that a past life for me? Did I have several past lives on Iceland? Which I think actually did happen, okay? That I had several past lives on Iceland. But to actually think it's the heart chakra of the earth, that makes perfect sense to me. Earth being a living thing has to have a chakra system. And there's no vibration like I felt anywhere else than Iceland. That has to be the heart chakra. All right. So again, everybody, thank you for sitting with me during this session. If you do have any questions, please leave your comments. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions for you. Please, oh yes, like, subscribe, share, and thank you everybody for sticking with me this far. It's been a lot of fun making these videos, and I'd like to continue doing it, even though, like I said, I mess up now and then. I love sharing this information with all of you. And so please subscribe, please share. Let's keep these videos going. I have so much information I want to share with all of you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Next week, the 7 major chakras. Look so forward to working with all of you again. You all take care. I love you all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.